Hi, my name's Carrie. My husband and I are both full-time RVers. I started this channel for fellow RVers. You don't have to be a full-time RVer. You can also bake the desserts that I'm going to bake in a regular oven. But I wanted to share with fellow RVers that the oven in an RV is not as intimidating as it looks. I know a lot of people are afraid to use it and especially afraid to bake in it. I have practiced a lot, especially right now with this pandemic. I'm practicing more so than I was before. And I just wanted to share with everyone the recipes that I create and the results and the little tips that I have picked up along the way. One is the temperature in the oven is not always accurate. So I bought a temperature gauge. This temperature gauge I got off of Amazon, and I don't know, less than $5 probably. It gives you the accurate temperature to help with the recipes that you're cooking. So I also have a layer of foil down on the rack, which keeps from burning the desserts. Basically, I've baked everything. I mean, cakes, cookies, cheesecakes, anything I desire, I bake, and it's come out great. So just want to show everybody what I've been doing. First off, I'm going to start with a Kahlua cake. I've been making a Kahlua cake for years now, but it's a box doctored recipe. Shh, don't tell anybody that. Nobody knows. Everybody thinks that it's a scratch recipe. It's not. So my first challenge is to create a recipe that's just like the Kahlua cake, that is moist and flavorful. So we're going to attempt that today. And wish me luck. So here we have our 2 cups of all-purpose flour minus 4 tablespoons, 4 tablespoons of cornstarch, and 3/4 cups of Dutch processed cocoa. So we will sift this into here. And this is 1.5 teaspoons baking soda and 1.5 teaspoons baking powder. Just add that to your flour mixture. And I also added a 1/2 teaspoon of salt to my flour mixture. So now I also have 1 cup of granulated sugar and 1 cup of dark brown sugar. I'm hoping that the dark brown sugar will add moisture to the cake. Let's hope. And then 2 eggs. So what I'm going to do is put this on my KitchenAid mixer. And I'm going to add the sugar. I'll let that mix up for a minute. So now I'm going to add the 2 eggs. And then in here, I have a cup of sour cream, full fat sour cream, and 3/4 cups of vegetable oil. So I'll add this into here as well. Let this mix up. We'll go for a couple minutes. Now I'm going to add 1/2 cup of Kahlua. Let that mix up a little bit. So I'm going to be pouring it into 2 8-inch rounds. This is what the batter looks like. I will bake it for about 35 minutes. I'll check it after 35 minutes. It might take a little longer, but we're testing it out, so we'll see. As I continue to wait for the cake to finish baking, I just wanted to also add that we need to take the cake out about 10 minutes before it's done baking. because it will still continue to cook even when it's out for about 10 minutes. So when the top is set, or the middle, we'll also put a toothpick down inside, and when it comes out with still some moist crumbs, then that's the time to take it out. You don't want it to be clean. You don't want your toothpick to be completely clean, because that means it will be drier. Your cake will be dry. You don't want that. So hopefully we can see the result here soon. So this is what it looks like when you take it out. It took close to 45 minutes. And then when you stick this in, oh, there we go. You'll see that there's some, moisture on it. So we're going to just let it sit here now for 10 minutes. And then after 10 minutes, we'll put it on a cooling rack. While the cake continues to cool, I'm going to do a simple syrup that we're going to brush the cakes with. This is just assurance that it continues to stay moist. I don't know if this cake will be moist. First time making it, and this is just an extra, measure to make sure it stays moist. So what you're going to do is equal parts of sugar, equal parts of water, and heat on, I'd say, a medium-low heat just to get the sugar dissolved. So we will do, I'm going to do a 1/3 cup of sugar. And then a 1/3 cup of water. And we'll just whisk that and get it dissolved. And then once the cake is cooled, we'll brush it on. As the cakes are continuing to cool, I'm making the frosting. Basically, I've just added 8 ounces of cream cheese, 4 tablespoons of butter, and 4 tablespoons of butter-flavored Crisco, 2 cups of powdered sugar, and a pinch of salt. And this is what the frosting looks like after it's been whipped. And we are still waiting for the cakes. So once they're done, we will brush them with the simple syrup and frost. So first layer is right here. And you're just going to put some simple syrup in here. And then brush it on. Put a layer of cream cheese frosting on. Next layer is on top. Again, simple syrup. Make sure you just brush it in. And then another layer of frosting. And this is the completed frosted cake. I will be cutting into it in just a few minutes. definitely moist, but it's falling a little. Oh, it's extremely moist. This is a very, very moist cake. So, it's definitely a keeper. I think maybe it should probably sit in the refrigerator to kind of firm up a little bit, probably because of the cream cheese frosting and the layers, and so because it's so moist. But this is an amazing cake. You need to try it.